Hey y'all, it's your girl Jazzy, and we're back with another video. Hey, back with another video. Hey, back with another video. Hey, we're back with another video. Hey. All right, well, we are back with another base laydown, and I'm using an older kit from Ink Paper Plans. I think this kit's maybe 2 or 3 years old. I got it. And I think her last ad that she did, and I think that was like 2023 maybe. I think it was 2023. So yeah, it is, I think, a good one to transition into spring, I think. But on the path of me using what I have, I was like, I'm gonna use this baby. And there are so many sticker options here. I will definitely be able to use it more than once. Okay. All of this came in the Advent. So now there's not too much variation when it comes to the clip art. So, we're going to make do with what we have, but there is definitely a lot to be able to use. I'm pulling in some foil, of course, dolls, and then those days of the week also came in the Advent as well. I think for this one, I'm going to do a total talk through with it because it's not that long. It's really not that long. I did really enjoy last video where I had the music and I came back in. I believe I got that idea from Kitty Plans, I think. I did say it in that particular video where it came from. But I did like doing that, especially when it comes to the longer videos. Okay. I think that's going to be what I continue to do going forward. Just kind of do a jump in and out if I'm explaining like plans for that day or exactly what I'm doing as far as laying down the stuff. Okay, now I wanted to do something different. I know as soon as I saw the smaller like lily pad style things, I knew that I was going to put those in the headers for the date covers and put days on top of them. So I definitely wanted to do that. And I do like how it turned out. It was definitely different. If you could notice, being that this is a shorter video, which you already know is like kind of kept short and sweet. But I also think that I've been in this planner since the beginning of the year, and I'm learning my flow per se in it. Is that the term I want to use? I'm learning my process. So it's been a work. I was enjoying doing the day by days as well with it, but I also like laying down the base because it doesn't require me to have to do so much talking. It doesn't require me having to do so much planning, and right now at where I'm at in my stage of life, I don't have a lot of time to do the recording and the editing and everything. So that's what I started doing initially, just laying down the bases, and I would do my plans afterwards. But that was last year, and last year I was doing scripture writing. So I really wasn't doing memory planning per se. I don't think I would call it that. Maybe I would have to go back and look at my planner and see what I was doing. But I am definitely enjoying this here. I keep saying I have to get, because this is a first half of the year planner, and I do need to get the second half. It's not the Tomo River paper, and I'm enjoying that. It is a thinner paper, but I like this one. I'm liking this one over the Tomo River paper because that's what I had last year. Yeah, last year I wasn't doing any memory planning. I was in a B6. I was strictly just laying down the I was only doing recording the bases for the dailies for my scripture writing. And now I'm doing a little bit of journaling, but it's also scripture writing in here. So it's kind of a combination of the two. Okay. But here I definitely wanted to do something more simpler, especially with the full boxes. So what I did was full boxes that maybe had some animals in them. I paired those with full boxes that just had the florals and the lily pads. And I just wanted to do them kind of catty cornered down across the bottom. That is something I haven't done yet, but it's a very simple layout. And then I have the top part for my days of the week. For my daily to-dos at the top. Not daily to-dos. Child, the memory plans, the memories at the top. I did think this one, like I said, was going to be challenging because there wasn't too much diversity when it came to the actual deco, to the deco items that we had. So you'll see how it all came together in the end. But yeah, I was just doing the little catty corners down at the bottom. And listen, y'all, if y'all know me, it won't be me planning if I don't lose a whole sticker sheet in the midst of it all. Okay, I lose the sticker sheet, so I'm doing a lot of hunting them down. This one wasn't the case. I didn't lose too many here. I didn't lose too many, but there was some hunting down of the sticker sheets. Okay, and I try to keep them all together. I really do. So what I wanted to do was to accent the boxes. So I outlined them with the Giving Girl. Now this here for sure was from an advent, but I didn't get the advent. This is from years ago with her. She did like a grab bag, and you had a lot of these foil items in here. And how you can tell this foil is older is because it's on glossy paper, and the girls do not like the glossy paper. For me, it don't matter. You can't tell the difference, but it doesn't bother me. But the girls do not like the glossy paper no more. So any stickers that has glossy paper is probably a good 4 years old, maybe. Because by the time I started doing like the dainty style planning, the glossy was already out, child. Now the girls that like the clip art kits, they use the glossy paper. But this dainty, I call this dainty, the dainty style. They don't use that. Okay, so I'll use them. You can gladly send it my way, and it will get used. Okay. So yeah, I just outlined the boxes just to add a little extra pizzazz, because I didn't have any florals to use. But this shows me, and what I'm liking about using my older kits is it's making me be more diverse in my planning style, my decorating style, because child, this ain't had no florals, and those little lily things could have been some florals in here. And that advent I think came with 4 kits, at least 3, but I want to say it was 4 kits, and all the kits was the same way, no florals. Okay, but I used it, and I think I made it work, and I think it turned out really, really good. So there is another kit that's in my lineup for the summer, so you will see another one of her kits, but I think I'm gonna pair that kit with another a kit from another shop to kind of use the pieces together, because like I said, your girl is using what she has. Okay, we are during a time where prices are going up, but the income is not. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to continue to kind of use what we have. And this spread was a rather quick spread, because typically I speed it up to at least 3 times the speed, and that still be like 45 minutes. This one here, I did it to 3, then I had to pull it back to 2, and it still only came to 22 minutes. And I had to cut out some areas and stuff. So that's why I was like, I think I'm just going to do a talk through of everything. Also, I didn't do the full week for the dailies. I just did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I believe, because it jumped into the next month. And I think, right? Yeah, I just did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that cut down a little bitty time, but little bit of time. Okay. Now what I like to do when I'm laying these stickers down, I like to put the swatches directly on the paper and not put it on that clear sheet. I use that clear sheet as just like a placement because it's the clear backing from the washi paper stickers from a kit. So I have a couple of those backings that I kept, and I saw another planner babe do that. I think it was Danny. But I saw another planner babe do that, and it helps you be able to lay down, see where you want the stickers to be at, especially with this thinner paper. It doesn't come, they don't be coming up as easily, okay? And the Rosey Life Planner, they do, but child, some of these stickers, and they're older stickers, so it just, so I use that backing because I can remove it and see how I just picked right back up. And place it back down. But what I like to do is I put my my ink swatches, those type of stickers, I put that on the paper, and that's like my place marker for me to remember where I want. Once I pick the entire collage up that I've made, I know where I want it to go when I lay it back down. Because your girl, I move the sheet and I'll be like, okay, wait. It ain't lining up like it did on my tester. So I started doing that little trick. So like how I had the corners on that other page, the little, I think I cut that. That was one of my main markers as to where it's going to lay it down at, because I knew I wanted a piece of that to be seen. And I like to try to have some type of, I call them footers, some type of footer at the bottom, because that's going to help me, because at least one of those stickers, the corner, is going to be placed at that footer. Okay, so I can kind of know what I'm doing, right? Now, if you notice the little swatchy one, on the left hand side, I didn't put that one on the paper yet because I wasn't for sure where I was going to put my doll. Okay, so as I started playing around with laying down my doll, I was like, okay, yeah, I don't want that back there, and I don't like wasting. I know we layer, okay, and if I would have put her there, you still would have seen a little bit of the color, but half of it would have been covered up. So I'm not doing that. We gonna put that where it can be seen, or we gonna cut it. One or the other go happen. So I put it up there, and then you see how that first one that I put down that looked like a box, I cut that in half because the rest of it wasn't going to be shown. And like I said, I needed a place marker for where I'm gonna put everything at. So I got two here. I got one by the doll's head, and then I have the one where the boxes are at. I'm going to line these boxes as well. And for the same reason, you would think, okay, Jasmine, why don't you just go ahead and line the boxes before you lay them down? But as you see, they're layered. So those edges that are covered up, they don't need to be lined, and that's just going to be a waste of that sticker. So we going to use that for something else, okay? Especially when these are actually headers. They're not made to be lining a box. Now I do have some full box liner stickers, but this ain't one. This ain't it. So I'm going to definitely make sure that I'm cutting it, because I'm gonna have to piece together to fill in the long sides. You'll see. You have to fill in those long sides. And that could just be me tripping, girl. Go ahead and you lay them stickers down and stop making more work for yourself. But look how that all worked out. I cut that piece off and it just fit right there so perfectly. And then I'm going to cut that piece off right there, and it's going to go on that other side. It's going to fit perfectly. And I ain't have to waste no stickers. See, look at that. Look at that. Why would I waste a whole sticker when I can, piece it together? You know what I mean? Make sense? All right. Thought it made sense. So yeah, I have been, like I said, playing around with different ways to plan and lay down these weekly stickers. Been watching other videos to get other ideas, just to get out of the necessarily every week it's vertical. So I'm excited to try some new layouts in this same planner. What I enjoy about the dailies is each day has a different layout. Each day is different, and I really enjoy that. So I start playing with the weekly. Also, I really love this as a creative outlet. You know, like I said, I don't have time to take days to plan. I don't want to have to stop and come back because then I lose my flow. But also, I don't want to have to be here working on it every single day because, you know, we got a whole household full of people and kids to tend to. And I do want to stay consistent in my planner. So I have to, you know, maybe an hour max. You know, sometimes I can push 2 hours, when it comes to the editing and all of that. I have some leeway with it because I'm able to edit from either the iPhone or from the phone or the iPad, and I can do the editing anywhere in the house. And then now I'm starting to just get up early Saturday mornings to do the voiceovers so I don't have the interruptions, so I can try to do the voiceovers in one clean swoop. So I'm just, working it out. I will be using one of my planners to actually create a schedule for myself so I can let my husband know, like, listen, this is when this is my time frame for recording. This is my time frame for editing, because he'll also do a good job at helping me stay on track with that too. And, he's a big supporter. Child, he be watching my videos and stuff. It makes me feel so good. I hear myself talking in the room. I'm like, what you doing? He be like, baby, I'm watching your videos. I told you I was going to watch it. He be liking. I think he subscribed. I got to see if he subscribed. But yeah, he'll put it on a playlist and just be letting it go. And then he be asking questions. Like, you really, like, not only are you letting it play, but you really watching it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I am going to definitely have a system because I do enjoy doing this, but it shouldn't be work. And when it starts feeling like work, I don't want to do it no more. I'm not doing this to get a paycheck. I'm doing this for just the simple enjoyment, out of it. And yeah, if it starts feeling like, okay, it's a drag for me to do it and I'm having to do it because I just need to post it. No, I don't want to do it no more. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep the enjoyment in this. All right. So like I said, for the dailies, I'm only going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I was going to do something different for the first through, the first through the fourth, but child, ain't none of it working out now for me. So we'll see. I got some other blank pages in here from previous months, so it'll be okay if they don't get filled in. That's a good way to go back and be like, wonder what was going on in my life then. It was kind of busy, huh? It was a little busy time frame. I didn't even get to lay down a sticker, huh? So I'm not going to beat myself up too much if I don't get those done. But because it was the beginning of May, I wanted to do like a May cover sheet and, maybe write out some goals, a prayer, a verse or something. And I was going to use those pages for that. But like I said, we'll see how it turns out. I got all the month of May to figure it out, huh? I knew I wanted to use that like border lily pad situation. I knew I wanted to do that, so that's what I'm doing here. I kept the dailies very simple. Like I say, those are more easy to do because I do need to have the space to write out the things. May it be a Bible verse, a prayer, actually journaling my emotions and thoughts and stuff for that particular day. I do, I have to have space for it, so I can't go too crazy with decorating. Wednesdays and Sundays is always, notes from Bible study and Sunday service. So those days are kind of is what it is. And then the rest of the week kind of just depends on the flow of the week. What I'm starting to do, if I don't journal for that day, I'm going to go in and actually do like a Bible verse. I have these prayer cards and I'll pull one at random, and whatever the verse is, I'll meditate on it, write it out, and then either write, it might be a prayer that I write or what the verse said to me. It's different things. I just, write out something pertaining to that. Just so, why not? That's the least I could do. I was initially doing scripture writing anyway, so I can continue to write to the Lord. I can continue to use that space because it's already decorated. So yeah. So the dolls I just wanted to use too, y'all. I got so many doggone dolls. I'm just trying to use them because I want to buy more dolls. And one, I need a place to store them. And then two, why am I buying more when I already have some? So use what you have. Use what you have. Stop hoarding. Okay, we are no longer hoarding. Okay, we're gonna use this stuff. All right. And yeah, I think we are coming close to the end of the, we're coming close to the end of the layouts, and it is coming close time for me to have to get from up out of here, y'all. I do have an engagement that I'm supposed to be at, and I haven't even gotten ready. I'm like, let me just do this voiceover real quick, knowing that it's going to take me 22 minutes and 38 seconds to do this voiceover. And all I had was like 22 minutes and 38 seconds to get ready to be out the door. No, I got plenty of time. So, I don't have plenty of time, but I do got to get ready. Long story short, I got to get ready. So, this is a nice little wrap up. I'm just adding some finishing touches here, and then you'll see me do a quick pan over of the weekly after the pen, because I do like showing how it looks once it's filled out. I be wanting to see y'all stuff, like lay down the base and then show me what it look like afterwards, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to do better at also posting on Instagram, but yeah, we gonna get it done. But like I said, that was Monday and Tuesday. Really like how that turned out. The kit turned out much better than what I was anticipating. This is why we have to use what we have, step out our comfort zone, and you'll see here, bam, boom. Look at that. Turned out pretty decent, huh? Like I said, better than what I thought it was going to be. Didn't use no florals because I didn't have any to use. And yeah, that's it for this one. Till next time. Bye.